Greetings YouTube, this is Toy Customizer Wakeangel2K1 bringing you the first episode in the history of Sonic action figures. Now the very first Sonic toy that I can think of is probably the Mcdonald's promo from Sonic 3. It was a little affair where you push the button and a Sonic kind of just dashed forward. I don't really think that counts as an action figure though. Besides, that was a promotional toy and not something that you could buy at retail. The first action figure that I'm aware of would be this little guy. It is the Sonic the Hedgehog from the Crash and Smash bike, meaning that, technically speaking, the first Sonic action figure was produced by Mattel. Same guys that make Barbie. And it was under the Hot Wheels brand. Huh. Although the latter seems a little bit more fitting when you think about it. As you can see, this was produced in 1995. The copyright information on the bottom of the foot indicates as such. Although if that shows up on the camera, it's a miracle. Of course, this being like, I was 10 when I got this, so this is a 21-year-old toy. It had a lot more wear and tear, but as a toy customizer, I couldn't let one of my favorite little nostalgic thingies that's been sitting on a shelf for more than 2 decades remain scratched up, so I gave him a nice little touch-up job. I re-golded his rings, I retouched up the scratches on his face, and I made his boots nice and shiny red. Of course, if you're looking for articulation, that's it. Woo! Look at it go. I think this counts as 1 point. I mean, 2 arms are moving, but it's one thing. Okay, that's enough. Now you may be wondering why Sonic is so bow-legged. Well, I did say that it was because he was part of the Hot Wheels Crash and Smash bike line. So, the Crash and Smash bikes came from the year 1995, as I said before. They were produced by Hot Wheels, and there was like a series of, I think, 6 or so figures where you had a character from a mid-90s Saturday morning cartoon show, and they rode motorcycles. I had Sonic, and I also had the one from the Street Sharks. Although I think Sonic was the best because he came with the red Harley Davidson, and also because he's Sonic. So there's a hole and there's a peg, so you just sit down Sonic on the thing and boom, he has a motorcycle that he rides. Now the wheels are nice and thick, so he's not going to tip over, and that's pretty cool. And gee, there isn't much to say about such a simple little toy, is there? Let's see. Oh yes, it did come with a spring-loaded launcher, and I think that the spring-loaded launcher is somewhere in my room, but it never worked. The spring inside was wound way too tight, and the trigger mechanism just didn't work. Like when you push the button, even though there's a piece of tape holding the hook, it's a nice big square hook that comes down, but it just did not work. So I taped it up to prevent it from scratching the ground as it moves along. And there was a reason they called it a Crash and Smash bike, and that is because he has this one little gimmick where right behind the wheel there is a switch, and when pushed, sets off an ejector seat, which sends the rider flying away from the impact. Now the Street Shark guy, he only moved about a foot, but this little Sonic figure, he'll go flying clear across the room if you let him. Hence why the toy tends to get a little scuffed. I mean, I've done some touch-up paint jobs with some silver paint. I fixed all the scrapes and scuffs that were on the bike. Although, if you look in the front, you can see it's missing a handlebar. Although considering that I was 10 years old, I think that the old boy held up pretty well. I mean, how many toys do you people have from 21 years ago? Wait, Wait, I'm doing my math way wrong here. I'm 26. I was 16. Damn it, 16. Where did I get 21 from? Okay, 16 years ago. Yes. Little more than a decade and a half. How could it possibly be 21 years ago? Sonic's only 20. Anyway, I think that we should relocate to show him in action, shouldn't we? Okay, so there is a convenient wall in my house, and let's introduce the bike. And I pushed it from too far away. It lost too much speed. By the way, back in the day, these things would come with little tracks that would set up crashes and stuff. Yay! He's okay, folks. So that is the Sonic the Hedgehog Crash and Smash bike. He's only about an inch tall, but he is a figure, and he does perform in action. So in my book, this is the first Sonic the Hedgehog action figure. And just for fun, I'm putting him next to a little modern Sonic dangler thingy. Just to show off. Oh, by the way, even though that was 1995, they got the spine pattern right. 6 spines on his head, 2 on his back, and a tail. I mean, both of the early 90s cartoons didn't get that right. So nice to see that at least Mattel could. Okay, this is Toy Customizer Wakeangel 2001 signing off.